Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog, Life of a Piano Teacher. My name is Dorothychia and a very happy 2020 New Year to everyone. And today's vlog, since this is the first vlog in the year 2020, I thought I would do a special edition of a question and answer format regarding my own musical journey. And I hope that my journey can be a learning experience for all the other aspiring musicians out there. Question number 1. When did I start learning the piano? I started learning the piano at the age of 6 years old when I was in K1. And that was because my piano teacher told my mom that the ideal age would be when I started schooling. So I should know my ABCs and 1, 2, 3. And she specifically wanted me to only take up piano lessons when I was of school-going age. So I remember that was the criteria, and I had my piano lessons when I went into kindergarten. Question number 2. Why did I choose the piano over other instruments? Well, I didn't choose. My mom and my parents made that decision, and I have an older sister, so she was the one that learned the piano ahead of me. So she was 2 years older than me, so she learned the piano, and so I've heard all the pieces that she played at her lessons and when she was practicing at home. So when she was maybe 6 years old, which means I was 4 years old. So that gave me a head start. So orally I've heard all the pieces, and by the time it was my turn to take lessons, I was quite familiar with all the tunes that I was learning from my piano teacher. So I didn't choose the instrument chose me. Who was my first piano teacher? My first piano teacher is Mrs. Vivian Tan. She used to reside at Newton, one of the roads there, and I took piano lessons from her from grade 0 to grade 8. So I finished 8 grades under Mrs. Vivian Tan. Question number 4. How many piano teachers did I go through? I would say that I have a total of 4 piano teachers. So Mrs. Vivian Tan was my first piano teacher. She graduated from the UK Royal College of Music. Then for my diploma, for my ATCL, LTCL, and FTCL, I studied with Mr. Ong Swee Chuan. So he has since passed away. I remember he studied and obtained his qualifications from Paris, France. And then subsequently I went to the US to study. So my main piano instrument teacher at the undergraduate level at the College of St. Catherine is Miss Catherine Pharisee. So I studied with her for 3 years. And then at the graduate level, when I was at the University of Michigan, I studied with Dr. Arthur Green, and he was my main instrument teacher for 2 years that I was there. Question number 5. How did I know music was my career? Well, I would say in many ways music chose me rather than I chose music. I knew very early on that I wanted to be a teacher. It was just a question of which subject I was then going to teach. And since music was my strength and piano was something that I excelled in, it naturally flowed that when I was deciding what to do for my music education, I decided to pursue music and going overseas to the US to study. And this was the days before we had Yonsei-to Conservatory. So that was how I decided that music was the thing that I wanted to go into, and I wanted to teach piano. Question number 6. How many hours did I practice? Okay, this is when I was a student, a piano student. Like everybody else, I also have schoolwork. I go to school. So I remember in primary school when I started piano learning, my mom made me practice every day. So every single day I would have daily practice, and I would think the time span ranged from 30 minutes to 1 hour. And like all children of school-going age, I wasn't the kind that would go to the piano on my own to practice. So it was more of a routine, whether you like it or not, just play. And and there was a certain format of how we progressed in the day. Like I come back from school, shower, eat lunch, play piano, and do homework, and then 6 o'clock I could go out and run around in the garden and come back and then rest a while, watch 1 or 2 TV shows, then had dinner when my father came back from work, and then shower and then go to bed. So I was in bed by maybe 9 p.m. That was in primary school. So I remember also during the school holidays, my mom would make me practice 1 hour. When I was doing my grade 8, I remember that very significantly because I wanted to clear my grade 8 at one sitting. I didn't want to repeat. So I practiced very hard for my grade 8, and I remember doing 6-hour marathon practice the few months leading to the grade 8. And true enough, I cleared my grade 8, I got a merit, and subsequently I went on to do my diploma with Mr. Ong Sui Chuan. And by that time I was in like higher secondary school and junior college, so I had fewer time to practice because I was busy with O-level, A-levels. And so during that time I remember maybe I did about 2 to 3 times of practice in a week, and I practiced more during the weekends and less during the school days, the school week. At the university, because by then I was a music student, a music degree in the music degree program, so I was a piano major, so I did about minimal 6 hours of practice every day, including weekends. Question number 7. Did I do MEP? MEP is Music Elective Program. So yes, I did. I offered music as an O-level subject. Back then it wasn't called MEP. It was just music as an O-level subject. So I started that program. We had to go to the ECA Center at Farrer Park, I think. And then that was like once or twice a week. And in secondary school, so I started in Sec 1. And by, I think, Sec 3, Sec 4, I was doing the music for O-level subject at MGS, Mount Sophia. Question number 8. Did I offer music in junior college? The JC that I went to was NJC, National Junior College. So music was not offered at NJ. Music then was only offered at RI or Temasek Junior College, and both of them were too far away from my house. So I decided then that I wasn't going to do music as a subject, even though I would love to, because music was really my passion and my strength, and it was very easy for me to score a grade A1 in music. Question number 9. Any tips on piano practice? I felt that the more you do not have time, the more you need to plan your practice. One habit that I picked up in my university day is journaling. So I would journal my piano practice. I would plan. I would actually decide the next day I would plan the next day's practice the night before. So I would listen to my recording of my playing, and then I'll write down the things that I want to work on, so that when I go back to practice the next day, I had very specific goals and targets to achieve. And then I'll finish off my practice session with a recording. So I carry around a cassette tape player, and I'll record. and then I will listen to my recording after I go back to my room, away from the practice room, and then again I'll journal the things that were good and the things that needed work on. So basically a practice journal helped me to plan and to practice efficiently, and it helped me to set very specific goals when I need to start memorizing a piece of music, when is that piece of music ready for a performance, and when is it ready for exam. Last question, question number 10. Are there any lessons from my music journey to share? Lessons. Okay, I would think that a large bulk of my success is that I studied with strong teachers. Yeah, I had very good teachers, and the match between me and the teacher was very cohesive. So I learned a lot from all the 4 teachers that I studied with. And one very good decision that my father made right on the onset of learning piano was that I didn't jump grades. So neither me nor my sister skipped grades. And we have continued this family tradition in my nephews. So both my nephews have both completed their grade 8, and they too did not skip any grade. So we went through all the grades, practical and theory, systematically, and that helped me to clear all the grades, the ABRSM exam as well as the diploma exam, and it made the higher level, that means at the degree level, so much easier because the foundation is strong. And that's my biggest takeaway from my own learning journey that I wish to share with all the musicians and aspiring pianists out there. So I hope that this has been helpful. Do have a great week ahead, and like and subscribe to my vlog, and I hope this year would be a fruitful one. Do comment and share what kind of topics you would like me to cover, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.